Alright, so I want to show you these deer scrapes that I showed in the last video. In the last tracking video I showed these deer scrapes. So the deer, with them seeing ultraviolet, they can see the urine because of the ultraviolet that they see. So they can see the urine when they're peeing in these scrapes. And they can tell, it helps them to tell each other apart too. When the does come up there and pee in the scrape, the bucks can see where the urine is because of their ultraviolet. They can see the ultraviolet. So I just wanted to add that in here too and tell you about that. I've learned that here too. After I put this the last video together there, the tracking video, I learned that the bucks can see their deer can see the urine because of the ultraviolet that they can see, the way their eyes are. There's two more right here. These are not very old. There's the deer track right there. They do it right over these limbs, leaving scent. This is pretty fresh. They're still using this. There's a deer track right there. A couple of deer tracks. This is fresh. Look at this. This is right here. A bunch of dirt that's been kicked from there. It's been kicked back with their hooves. All back in here. That's pretty fresh. I'll film it from back here too. So you can see all those buck scrapes right there in the ground. Right there under those tree limbs. This right here, a lot of people would confuse it with the hog track. But these are deer. And you'll see better here in just a minute. But these would get confused with the hog. So you can really tell over here now, as I get over here, that these are deer. See, this looks a lot more like what I keep showing on that paper, the tracking, with the tracking footprints. So these are deer tracks. So I try to show in the different types of ground. Like this is sand. So you can see here that one's going that way. This one here is coming towards me here. So you got a couple different deer. This is two different deer. Two of them walking around. So that bigger one's probably a buck, and then this one's a doe, the smaller one. It's still a full-grown deer. It's just a little bit smaller than the other track. And they've been walking around here. Alright, here's a deer track. This is two deer tracks right there. So, two deer tracks. And it's not real fresh. You can see these pine needles fell after the deer had stepped there. Look at the deer, look at the deer. That was the deer that blew. That was two deer. Alright, so you see how fast those deer ran. So in the last tracking video I was talking about the animal sight and how the deer, how they can see when they're running at a fast pace. They can see real good, so they're not hitting their eyes on any of the brush. I'm watching, I'm listening. Look at the deer, look at the deer. That was the deer that blew. That was 2 deer. Something's disturbing the birds. So also I'll always talk about listening to the birds. The birds will give you a lot of information when you're out there. They can tell you if a predator's in the area. This should be good. Okay, so let's take a look. When I first seen it, I thought it had been moved, but it don't look like it did. Memory card's still there. The batteries are still working. Low battery. The last time they wasn't working. Last time the batteries were completely dead and the memory card was completely empty. Okay, so this one's got my black tape on it. So I got him a key with the black tape. That was just a quick, easy way to mark these. Okay, put the keys back in my pocket. Wonder what that is. That didn't sound like a woodpecker. That wood knocking sound came from up in the swamp. It came from the direction the deer ran towards. It was up in the swamp where people don't normally walk in. Alright, we'll take this home and see what we get. So I noticed when I came and got the changed the batteries out, the last time the date had been changed on it. So if you're not using the game cameras in your research, you really should be. It's a good part of being a tracker. It'll give you a lot of information of the animals that are in the area. Sometimes you'll catch strange things on them. So you really should be using the game cameras. So using this game camera, it shows me that these 2 deer that I just spooked when I came in here, it shows me that they've been staying in here in this area. And the young deer's been laying right up there in front of the camera. Keeps laying in front of the camera there a lot. but this shows me that the 2 deer keep hanging out in there. And then too, I'm not showing it in this video, but I had it in a past video where I showed this, and there was some wild hogs coming in there too. So these are all photos. These are photos from the game camera. These are all the ones with the 2 deer on them as they were hanging out in there. And I'll let these go ahead and play, and then we'll move on to the next part of the tracking video. Alright, I got the sport wash and the UV killer that I ordered these online on Amazon. Alright, so these clothes that I was testing with the UV light, I'm gonna go ahead and wash them with the sport wash first. So there's the bottle of sport wash. I'm fixing to take them out. And then after I get them dried, then I'm gonna spray them down with the UV killer. It's right there on that side. And then I'll test them again for see if they have the UV brightener. See what it does. Compare it. Alright, so I got the sport wash in the laundry here in the washing machine. So it says to use 1 capful, 1 ounce. Okay, here's a follow-up on the UV killer. Alright, so I got this kit in. It's got the ATSCO. It's got the UV. It's got the sport wash. It's got the sport wash that doesn't have the UV brighteners. And it's got the UV killer. Alright, so what I did, I took the sport wash and I washed all my clothes and gear in the sport wash. Alright, so that's all I've done so far is wash them in the sport wash. Alright, so I'm going to take and turn the light off, and then we'll check all these clothes again now with this UV light. Alright, so I'll be right back. I'm going to turn the lights off. Alright, I got the lights off. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to look around the outside of the light here. Let the sirens get by. Okay, here we go. So what I'm doing, I'm not looking right at the spotlight itself. I'm looking around the edges of it. See if we can see any of the UV. Alright, so this shirt really showed up a lot. It's still showing up some. Alright, so it's still showing up some UV in it. So right here, if you look right here, I'm going to pull the light away a little bit. So if that'll show up around the edge of my light there, I'm still seeing the UV in that. I'm still seeing some in that. My chest bag that I wear, my chest rig. So I'm still seeing UV in it. So I washed that camouflage hat too. And I washed the chest bag. Alright, so I washed 2 of these hats. I'm seeing just a little on that. Yeah, so I'm still seeing it in the 2 hats. So I got 2 of these that I washed. So I'm still seeing the UV in it. Alright, this was just washing with the sport wash with the no with no brighteners in it. Alright, so next I'm going to take and spray all this with the UV killer, and then we'll see from there. We'll check it again and see what it does. But again, like I say, I don't think we really glow blue like that when we're out there in the woods. I don't believe that. I think that's kind of exaggerated there, so they could sell this stuff. Alright, so I'm continuing with this. So I brought my clothes out here. I'm going to spray them with this UV killer. This is ATSCO UV killer. So I washed them in the sport wash that has no brighteners. Alright, so now I'm going to hang them up on the fence and spray them. So I'm going to get them hung up on the fence and I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, got the clothes hanging up on the fence. So I'm going to go ahead and spray them with the UV killer. Alright, I'm going to try a little section first. So anytime you spray any kind of clothes with anything, always spray a little part that's not going to be seen to make sure it doesn't discolor it. So that looks like it's doing okay. So I'm going to spray all these. Alright, so once I get these sprayed, I'll go around the other side of the fence and spray the other part. And then I'm going to let them dry just a little bit, and then I'll turn them over and spray the rest of it. Alright, I got these turned over. So I'm going to spray the rest of it. I can easily see how with just turning them over, with them being wet like they were, this stuff would, I can see how this stuff would work while it's wet. But the main thing is going to be, does it work when it's dry? And I really like this camo pattern here with the palmettos. This is more of a true Florida camouflage. Alright, that's a good thick coat on everything. I got a pretty good bit left in here, so I could still do more clothes if I had more. If I had like more hunting clothes or something. Alright, so I'm going to let them dry a little bit. And then right about dark, I'll take them in. And then we'll check them here soon. We'll check them with the UV light again here soon. Alright, so while I'm doing this, while I'm checking all this with the UV, the ultraviolet, I'm going to check my boots as well. And also I washed my bug suit, my camouflage bug suit there, that I wear sometimes, and the one Wynette wears. This is just like a netting with leaves on it. So it's real light. It's the same thing here, this one. They're called bug tamers. And all it is a netting. It's like a real light netting and the leaves and all on it. Alright, so these two I went ahead and washed them in the sport wash. Alright, so I hadn't done anything to the boots. So I'm going to turn the light off and we'll check them with the ultraviolet flashlight. So what I'm looking at here with this is I'm looking for the outside of the light, around the outside edge of the light, seeing if I see a glow. I'm not looking at the actual circle here of the light. But this is where I put some, it's called Gorilla Glue on there, where this is starting to come apart a little bit. So the Gorilla Glue really shows up in ultraviolet. So I'm not seeing any ultraviolet on that. Yeah, I think everything I'm seeing there is just dirty. It's just where there was dirt on it from the last time out. So let's look at the bug net here. So I call these a bug tamer. So there's some little spots here that kind of show up with this, but it's not the ultraviolet. Alright, so let's look over here at the other one. Okay, this one looks good. I'm not seeing anything on it. Alright, so I just wanted to check these. And I'm gonna spray the two bug tamers with the ultraviolet spray. So you can see the Gorilla Glue right there. The Gorilla Glue is really standing out with the ultraviolet. And then some of the bottom of the boots here, the coloring of the bottom of the boots. See how that stands out with the ultraviolet? And two, these are dirties, like I said. I can see the dirt showing up with the ultraviolet flashlight here. Okay, so I'm gonna spray the bug tamers with the ultraviolet spray, the ultra UV killer. Alright y'all, so now I'm done with this. I've washed all of these clothes that I wear out in the woods. I washed them all with the sport wash. And I sprayed them all with the UV killer. Now, I still don't believe that I don't believe we glow orange or glow blue like that. I don't believe we glow blue like that to the animals. So I want to check it though again here with the light, with the UV light. And the main thing is, to me, is these three items here. My chest bag, that grunt style shirt, and that shirt there. Those and the hat, they showed up more. They showed up the most to me as the UV. But it wasn't like a real bright glowing blue. Alright, so let's turn the light off and look at these again real quick. Alright, so these have all been sprayed with the UV killer. Okay, and again, I'm looking around the outside of my light. I'm not looking right at the bright part. So to me they look the same. They look the same in the UV light as they did when I first started. So this shirt here in the bag seemed to have the most UV in it. Especially that shirt. That shirt, it makes it look like it's dusty. So it looks to me like this and that has the most UV in it. Alright, I'm going to turn the light back on. I'm going to turn the light back on. So looking around the edge of the light is what I'm doing. So I'm going to get out here, I'm looking around the very edge of the light. And it's like this shirt, mostly it's making it look like it's real dusty still. The UV's like popping out with the light. So this is the same way around the outside edges of my light. Yeah, and the hat. It might have helped a little with the hat and that shirt. The shirt there doesn't look as bad now, as far as the UV. But those are the main three that I'm seeing anything in. Alright, so I don't think it really made a difference using this. But from now on though, I'll be washing them in the sport wash. So it doesn't have any of the brighteners in it. Alright, so that was an experiment. Basically an experiment there, so. Like I said, I don't think we show up looking like that. If we did, it would have, when I was shining it with the slide, it would have showed a lot more. It would have glowed more. Alright, so there's that. So I don't think it really made a difference. Alright, so don't forget the orange safety vest if y'all are out during hunting season where you're out in the woods. Stay safe out there. Orange vest, so you can get them really cheap here. Alright y'all, since I'm doing this too, here's the camping section at Walmart. So they got a lot of stuff here if you're going out camping and stuff. Gonna be out hiking even and have some of the stuff in your backpack. They got fire starting stuff. They got cooking stuff. They got almost anything you need. They got some like first aid stuff over here, like the bleed stalk. And then they also got some water filtration stuff here. The live straw. So they carry quite a bit of stuff. Whistles. We got food, some camping food, folding shovel. They got all kinds of stuff. So if y'all are going to be out in the woods and stuff, you can look at this section here at Walmart, the camping section. So you got a little bit of survival stuff with you. So here's another idea too. You can pick up some small hooks. You can get some real small hooks, like some of these, and a little bit of fishing line to keep in your backpack for survival. Because you can always dig up some kind of worms or little grubs or something, or use some kind of little bait and catch you some fish for dinner. Just something simple like that, some fishing hooks, maybe some sinkers to put on it, some fishing line. You can easily take a little branch and make you a fishing pole, or even just throw it out there. Just throw the line out there and reel it in by hand. Alright, so here's something else too. At Walmart here where the tools are, you could get a few little things here. They have these like needle nose pliers and side cutting pliers. The side cutting pliers, the needle nose pliers, things like that come in real handy. Some regular pliers, even some small screwdrivers. They got small screwdriver sets. Just some little things like that. Even a small tape measure if you want to have something like that for measuring tracks and footprints. You pick up a real small tape measure here. Alright, so some more ideas there. Alright, so I want to show you this. The birds can see ultraviolet. I think all the birds can see ultraviolet. And it helps them to see the colors in their feathers and to tell each other apart. Because look at this with the ultraviolet. I can see specks of ultraviolet in that. So I see specks of ultraviolet in the feather. So the turkeys can use that to tell each other apart with all the different colors of the feathers. So a lot of the chickens that you hear out there now, they can see ultraviolet. All the birds can see ultraviolet, the crows. And if you ever watch the crows, you'll see they got different colors. A little bit different colors in their feathers too. They're not just all black. But I see the ultraviolet using the flashlight here. I can see the ultraviolet in this feather. It's all over in it. So the turkeys use that to see each other and tell each other apart. So if the turkeys use it like that, the deer use it, then you know the Sasquatch are using it.